Hello everyone, welcome to the Python lab, and today we try to do the practice on the new topic. The new topic we decided to work on the two sample t-test. So here you can see here first of all which topic I wanted to cover, two sample t-test. But with the help of this is two sample t-test, we can solve a lot of real world problems. So today I pick a problem of check about the difference between the two different teaching methods. So example, the teacher, what is the task? The teacher wants to know if the two different teaching methods lead to different average exam scores of the students or not. So what we wanted to do, we want to check which teaching method is good, which can help to improve the exam scores. So think the teaching method here. The teaching method, there are two classes, mean to say two, you see the labels or classes we have, two subclasses up to you. So this is my target variable thing. So here you can see face to face, the teacher can teach the face to face, maybe the traditional method in the class, or maybe the online. Okay, so we want to check. So it has two classes. So please see, I will say this is the independent variable. Okay, so that means which is looks like your target variable here you can consider as an independent variable. So here in the exam score, which always has some numeric values, some scale or metric values. So this is called the dependent variables, because if the exam scores goes higher, okay, then which teaching method will be affected? If the exam scores goes lower, which teaching method will be the affected? That is important. So target variable which is affecting, that is called the teaching method. Okay, and based on this task we can create our objective or aim to explore the effect of teaching method on the exam scores. Is there any effect or not? So practically how we can check? We have to check the average difference of two sample. That's why the name is given to the two sample. So T mean to say, again, the I am discussing with you, this is the standardized type of a residual. So practically it is the basically difference. It will tell us the T. If the T is a positive, that means one variable is a higher value. Okay, if it is a negative, it is another variable can be the lower. Okay, so it depends. So we will see later. That's why we can see this is the two sample mean to say we will work on the two variable, practically two variable. Okay, so teaching method and exam scores. Okay, so this is the my objective, and to achieve this objective we have to give some statements mean to say hypotheses, your assumptions. So first I'm going to give my own statement assumptions. Example, h0 is a null hypothesis. So my null hypothesis, the teaching method do not affect exam scores. That means there is a no difference between the mean score of the two variable. Okay, that means no difference. Alternative hypothesis you can propose or suggest to the your decision maker. Example, teaching method really affect the exam scores. Okay, so practically we try to test our null hypothesis. Okay, so we have to check that it should be reject or accept. So here you can also write here the result. So result should be accept or reject the null hypothesis here. Okay, based on uh, based on the t value or based on the p value, basically p value. So if you have the knowledge about the t and p value, please have a look on the my previous lab lesson where we discuss about the one sample t-test. So there we explained step by step all the ways. So please have a look over there. And now you will see today I have created a file which you can see. This is a CSV file. Okay, so you can see I put two classes. Okay, so one class is face to face. That means if uh, teacher take a lesson face to face, maybe traditionally in the class, okay, then there are some exam scores, average exam scores are here, example 88, 92, 85, or 92, right? So maybe there are 9 subject or somehow. This is only hypothetical data to know about how to work. And next class is the online. So if teacher take an online class, so this is the another score here. So can you see I put the comma here. This is a comma separated file. That's why we can say this is a CSV file. Okay, so let's try to start our practice on this. So what we can do here, first of all, we have to read this file because my data is into the CSV file. Okay, so my data is in the CSV file. So we have to use first of all some packages, which is important. So if you remember last time we used the numpy. Okay, so this is again the first package you can try. And next package today, I'm going to introduce the Panda package. This is also important to create a table structure example data frame. That is important, and it is also has a very important functions which we will use later on. So that is also important to use in the Python. So Panda as PD. So you can give any other because this is looks like a very easy to remember. PD mean to say Panda. It is only the aliases. NP mean to say numeric Python, simple NP. This is you can put any name whatever you want, but this is the user friendly. So that's why the people mostly use this. So NP and PD are simply aliases. It's nothing. It is only the aliases. So you can try this one as well. And one more example import here. Another way you can use from SciPy here, right? From SciPy, what we can import stats package, a module. This is the module where maybe I will use this is two sample t-test functions. So today I will not go in the detail like a step by step how to calculate because you can do it very easily based on my previous video. So better to directly create it. So today we try to use some different approaches. Okay, so first of all, what we can do, we can create a data frame. So data frame, just like a simple variable, we can create. So df is a simple variable, or but here it is not a simple variable. It looks like a simple variable, but here I will give the value of my data frame. Okay, so you see here PD. So first of all, PD here. Okay, so after PD, what I wanted to use, I will just read my file. So if I want to read my file, I have a couple of functions. So please have a look. These functions are available in which library? Pandas library. Okay, so you can read the Excel file, you can read the HTML file, JSON file, and maybe pickle file, SAS file. There are some different applications. So the moment my file is CSV, I show you marks. So that's why better to read the file. Remember, in this, you please put two inverted commas, just like a string here. Okay, and then after what we can give, we have to give the right names, marks.cv, CSV. Okay, so please see here, give the right extension like a marks.csv. You can see the right name. Okay, so now this will help me. You can write here read file. So please have a look in my previous video where I use the different open functions. But with the help of Panda, you can use Pandas library. We can use create a data frame, and this whole file can be stored in the table structure. Okay, no, like a row and column. Okay, so that is important to know about that. Now, if you want to just give a functions print, and here, let's see df. Can you see right now? So df, if you want to print df, what will happen here? What it will print for me right now? So please see here. So it will just print the value which comes from the file marks. Okay, so here you can see this is the some value here. So this is the first column, this is second column. So in between there is a comma. So that's why the comma separated file, right? So let's see what will be happen here, what it will show to me. Great, can you see it show the simple table? Okay, that's why guys, this is the data frame. So here you can see this is a row and column structures. This is the row and this is the column. So row show the value actually, and column show basically the field here. This is the actually the header. Okay, face to face and online. Okay, now we are able to read it. So first step is done. So we are able to read our file with the help of a data frame, right? So now next I would like to go for this column. So what I can use here, I can create example new variable right now. Okay, so here I want to read this column. Okay, so if I want to read this column, how I can read the column? Very simple, use the data frame. Now the only data frame will help us. Okay, but with this data frame we have to give the index value. Okay, so index value we can give the same way like list or array what we did previously. Okay, and here what we can pass, we have to pass a exact name of the column header, face to face. Okay, please be careful about the names. It should be named the same, I think the same. Okay, so now this column will be there, but if there is a no header you can put normally 0, okay, or 1 you can try, and without a header. But it, because right now in my file I have a header, that's why it need to be give, because it will pick the value from that under the heading actually. So put a dot here. Now please see, values method will pick all the value. Example 88, 92, this is the first column value, right? Now you can easily print these variable value, but you will see, is this variable or what? Let's see here. Can you see right now? This looks like a list. So practically I'm going to create a list. Okay, so you can see it looks like a horizontal way. That means it looks like a list. Similarly, please try to extract the second column. So second column example online. Okay, so here you can give the right name, example online. Okay, and here try to print online. Okay, so now what will happen here? So, or maybe you can give the, because online looks a not, you can give example live. So example, the teacher give the live lesson, mean to say online. So this is your choice. So better, I think this is good. So what will happen now? You will see here, I'm really able to find out, create the two list. Okay, so my two lists are ready. So I hope up to now we are able to set up the list here. Okay, so here we can write here, set up our list from data frames, simple data frame. Okay, so it is ready. Now guys, we are able to do that. Okay, now because I told you how we can find the difference, very easy step to check out the difference, we use a two sample mean. So here I can write here in the definition of the t-test basically, which compares two sample mean scores. Okay, mean to say mean, score mean to say average. Okay, so example, we have to find out the first column average and second column average, right, and need to be compared. Okay, so in that case, how we can get the average? Please have a look on my last one sample t-test video where we discuss about how to calculate the mean. Okay, you can check out there, but sure, we try to also try to print here. Okay, so here if you want to example print something, example face, because this is the variable here. That's why I'm putting here example. If the teacher teach face to face, that means what will be the mean. Here you can use a formatted string here again. Okay, and then after this is only the constant value here. Okay, and now the placeholder, which variable we should pass, this variable, face variable, right? So this variable will be passed. Okay, and here I want to find out the mean. So you will see I can direct use a mean functions here. Okay, so I can directly use a mean functions, but mean functions should be here, example here in numpy. So because mean function is the member of this library numpy, that is the numerical. Okay, so np will help me here. Can you see np? Now I can use a mean here, right? That's why I can find very easily. Okay, so now guys, it is very easy. In a print function directly you can call. So you please see in Python it is very easy to do this task, right? So what happens here, np.mean of face. Okay, it is done. Now what about the next variable, mean to say, because it is a two sample, so mean to say second variable. So second variable example live mean. Okay, or you can just make a symmetry. Okay, and here the placeholder will be again np.mean. You want to get the average of now which variable, live. Okay, here. Now I hope it will give us the average of the two different lists, this list here. Let's see what will happen, and I hope it will come. Okay, here it should come. In the meanwhile, we can write here estimate mean scores of two variables. Okay, can you see right now? Please see the face to face when the students attend the lecture in the teaching example 88 mean score, and here you will see 82. That means the scores goes high if they attend the class in person, right? But if they attend the lecture online, the scores goes less. Okay, so it is proved here right now for my this type of a hypothetical data. Okay, so that's why it is important. Okay, I hope you can get it. We are able to find out the average of the two different samples, and the task is, it is not enough. Yes, from here you can tell us, but in statistics and data analysis we need to apply the technique. What is the technique? Two sample t-test. That means we have to calculate this difference t, and also we will calculate the probability value. First option is by manually, so you can do the manually very easily. Please have a look on my previous video where we did the same for the one sample. Same you can do with the uh, two sample. Okay, but right now I will directly use the function that is the automatic here, so better to use as a professional. So you have to calculate the t value and p value. You can write here. So t mean to say the difference, actually standardized residual something. So you can calculate the t, and p is the probability value. Okay, and here now you please call this stats. Okay, stats package has I think two samples somewhere, or t test something here. T, yes, can you see this is one sample, and here please try to find this one. Okay, independent. Why we say this independent? That means both variables should be completely independent, not need to be dependent each other, right? So what we can do here, we need to be find out. Okay, but here what we have to pass out, we have to pass out only two parameters. So first sample and second sample. First sample is stored in which list? This list. Okay, so I can write the face, and second is the live. Okay, I hope it is good. In the last, what we can do here, we can, in the last of this test, we can print very easily about the t value here. Okay, so here you can write a note here, the t score or t stat, whatever you can write here. And here we will not use face, because this value will be stored in this variable t. Okay, so mean, I think no need here, but instead of the mean, we can use a random functions here. Last time I think we used it to find out the not random, this is the round here, right? Round off by example 2, and similarly go for here, round by 2, because you can take the value 2 decimal places. Okay, so also try to change it. This is the p score, maybe p value, and put the p here, because this is the p value, because this module or function will calculate the t and p for you and will be given to you in this variable, and we can extract with the help of this variable. Let's see. Yes, I found it. The t score is there, 3.35. That means it is looks the difference actually. Okay, this is the difference, and p value is 0.0. That means it is a lower than 0.05. It looks there is a really difference. That means it is impacted. Okay, so guys, here try to see what is the difference between these two mean. So you can also find out the difference about 3.35. Difference is here, that is the t, this is the standardized. Okay, so please try to see. So we are able to find the difference. Okay, that means we can say very easily, but I think we have to uh, show our results. Okay, so that is called the decision rule. Okay, so you can take a decision based on this input. Okay, in that case we can use a cutoff. Cutoff mean to say threshold. Okay, threshold, you can decide what is the threshold. That means 95% you need to be sure about your result. Okay, so here you can decide, you can start a if block here. If it is a less than this threshold, so what will happen now, you can give your decision here, but decision is for based on our how to say the hypothesis or objective. Can you see? Let's try to copy from here. Okay, please remember, null hypothesis always we need to be put in the negative sense, mean to say in the not, no not. Okay, not should be no. So teaching method do not affect exam scores. Okay, and here, okay, because here the teaching method, that is a example here, based on this p value we can see 0.0, this p value. So p value is a lower than 0.5. If it is lower than, so this statement should be executed. So we can see the teaching method do not affect the exam score. So here what we can write here, we have to give the decision example rejected this statement. Okay, and here else in the else part, what we have to write, you can take a decision about this null hypothesis statement again. It should be accepted this time. So you have a two decision, either true or false. Accept your decision or reject it. So I hope, let's see what will happen here. Based on this condition, we can see the hypotheses which we decided in the beginning, teaching method do not affect the exam scores. Okay, that means we are going to reject it. If it is rejected, okay, that means what we have to accept, we have to really accept that really there is a difference. Okay, so which we discuss in our alternative hypothesis. Okay, so alternative hypothesis you can also try to check out if you want. So it is very easy to do that. So what we can do here, so here what I can write here, this. Okay, and you can copy your alternative hypothesis here, this one, which was in the positive sense. Okay, so here you can write here in the positive sense. Okay, and here again you can write into positive sense, but the decision will be opposite because of the sense. Okay, positive or negative. So think here. I hope guys you can get it. What does my mean here? So look here. So here let's try to see what is the final result. So final result will come out in front of you. That means uh, the mean score of the students marks, the average marks based on their have a lesson in the face-to-face class. Okay, higher as compared to the mean score of the exams when they took the lesson online. It's very simple. So this is the difference. T score is there. It is a positive. Why it is the positive? Because the face-to-face mean is a higher. Okay, and the live mean is a lower. That's why it's a positive. Sometimes you can find a negative. In that case it should be higher. Okay, so p-value is 0.05. It is a probability is a 0. It is a sure pure difference. So that null hypothesis we must reject it. That means really a difference exists, and alternate hypothesis we must accept it. Okay, that means really teaching method affect the exam scores. But here you can see which method, face-to-face method, we can say that it is affecting the exam score of the students. Right guys, I hope you can get it very well. That means what we are getting this from this whole conclusion. The conclusion mean to say that we really found the effect of teaching method on the exam scores. Okay, so this is the way you can do that. Okay, now let's try to do little bit more here. Example, sometime what will happen if you have a some missing value here. Okay, so in that case what will happen now? So suppose this is only simple example. In the real world we have a hundred or thousands of the data. In that case what we can do? So let's try to see if you execute it here. Okay, now can you see it will show us this is a not a number. NaN mean to say there is a no number. In which column? This online column. Okay, this variable, because knowingly I miss this value. Okay, so how we can solve this problem? Because right now I cannot have the mean of this second variable. For first it is okay, and that means my Python script is not going automatic well. In that case what we have to do, that is important to understand. So we have to think about how we can do that. Okay, so the idea is to be, first of all, how we can find out this missing value. Okay, so here before going into the details, so we can go here. Okay, because this is our data frame. Okay, here you can try to be here. This will, it is a good place here. Okay, so here what I wanted to use, I can directly print the data frame. Okay, so very important method that is called, that is in the Panda, that is called the is null. Please try to use this method. So this method basically check every cell because it is in the table structure. So example, every cell, this or this, it will check every cell one by one. And example, here it find a missing value, it will give the flag mean to say how to say boolean value, example true. So it will give the true value. Okay, so if it is a not there, that is example, if check every cell in the data frame, it return the true values. Okay, otherwise it will give the false value if it is not something missing. Okay, so now in this only one true will be stored into the variables. So here it is very simple, but in the real life there can be more blank values. See, in this only one, so we can use a one more method, that is the sum. Together you can call. Okay guys, please try to see here. That means you are checking the missing value in the data frame in your table actually, right? So no need to go anywhere, just use that. So is null will help us to check out the blank cells, that's all. And some function will help us to count out how many trues are there, how many true. Okay, so let's try to see what happens here. It will give us the result again. Try to take the time and let's see what will be the result. So first of all, we are trying to find out the missing values in your table, in your column or in your data frame, whatever. So it should come in front of us. Can you see here? It is showing under the face to face, there is a no missing value. Under the online column, there is a one. Yes, because knowingly I did it here in front of you, right? So here we found it. So now how to solve this missing value? So first idea is to say we can add manually. Example here 80. It is possible. There is no problem. Okay, but in the data analysis we don't do this. Okay, so if please use the data as it is. Okay, no need to go or change manually. Okay, but you can use some options or statistical way, that is called the imputation here. So here you can write here, that is uh, find missing values. Okay, and here and impute missing values. That means try to substitute, find a substitute of this missing value. Okay, so how we can impute? So there are two different ways you can try. Okay, so example, first method, there are actually a couple of methods. So example, you want to do specific value, you want to do uh, average value, you want to do mode value, you want to do median value. This is your choice. Okay, but it depends upon your problem. If you have a categorical, we go with the mode. If you have a metric type of a data, we usually mean score basically, or you can go by nearby values. So here example with specific value. So with specific value you can try. So how we can do this specific value here? So here in that case you have to be create, you have to be example here, create the your own data frame here. Okay, so here what we can do here, please focus first of all here, that which column we want to replace. Okay, this is the online column. Okay, so here please access this column. Okay, so this column here, we can use a fillna. So replace not a number. Okay, where is not a number with any value here. Okay, here example 78. Okay, so this is the your own value. Okay, so but I would like to update my this variable, not variable, the data frame, that column. Okay, so this will impute 78 where in this. Okay, so practically it will search the empty cell and set out this number and will update it. Okay, now so what we can do, we can easily check out very easily, just df. Okay, let's try to see. Can you see right now here? It is imputed. Look here, 78 is here. Okay, but remember it is in the output, not here. Okay, because it is the raw file, input file. So this is the real data analysis. Try to understand. So here we can put very easily our choiced value. Important thing is, please note it here, second time when you will impute, it comes into the float number, like a decimal number, right? Example 78. So this is the rule of the panda here, which you basically add after imputation dot 0. Okay, that is the floating numbers. So here solution is, we can just try to, we have to, because this is a floating number, right? We need to change into the integer value. So idea is to use a very important uh, method or functions in the panda, that is astype. Okay, so astype will help us to change the value. This is the typecasting. Okay, so put the which type you wanted to change it, and let's try to see what will happen. Can you see right now it is solved. I'm able to also perform the typecasting here on my choice data, right? So guys, this way you can do based on your own choice imputation. This is the choice based imputations. Okay, okay, the next, the most important and professional, very good when you don't want to because if you please put 100, that means it is not good. It will change the average. Actually the average will be goes very higher on the online, right? Something like that. Let's try to see. Can you see right now the average will go higher here. So here the live mean, it's a again the no any number here. This is not good here. That means here we have to check out, because here our variables is here. What we can do, we can take our setup from this data value here and put it here. Now I think it will check out our mean score. Can you see right now the mean is 84. Okay, as you put knowingly this huge value, just like an outlier actually. So mean score will be changed here. Can you see the mean is very higher? That is not good actually. So if you don't want to change your average or your mean, so we should not use this way. Okay, so here what we can do, we need to be avoid this. Okay, so that means this is not a good idea. So what we can do here, so idea is to use the average. So better, what I want to do, I wanted to show you, take the average of this column because this is the missing value here. So under the online column, try to take a average, okay, and put them. So here I should say impute with mean of target field or column, but here you see target field is online. Okay, so here idea is to very same, but we will use the same concept here. Let's try to copy and we put it here. Everything is the same, but here in place of this 200 we need to put the average. So example, mean underscore value, something values, okay, and mean underscore value here, what you wanted to use in which column. So this is my column here, okay, and which method I will use, very popular method, mean. Okay, so this will take all the average and store in new variable, and just you have to pass under the fillna method mean values. Okay, and then after, please, if of your choice, better to use the typecasting and try to see what is the result here. Now your result will be significantly improved and well here. Yes, it is good now, very good. This mean is very nice right now. Okay, so you will see here still I can see the difference, that means rejected. So p value is a 0.01, it is a less than 0.05. Okay, so you can be sure about that. Okay, so you can change the value in your input file and you can see the results very easily. Example here, you wanted to put a 92 and example here 88. Let's try to check out one more, 89, and save it and try to call your script again here, and you will see here what will be the new results. So new results is here, p value is a 0.1, that means it is the greater than 0.05, that means it is not affected, that means there is no difference. Can you see why? 88 and 84, there is no major difference. That's why we have to accept our null hypothesis and we have to propose or reject this hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. So you can see here the t-score is a 1.7. This is not a significant, it's a very low value. That means, so you can also see if this t-score is a higher 453, then sure there will be difference. Okay, so in the last, try to going to be conclude our session, and here let's try to see what we had learned today. So here you can see here what was our task. We wanted to check, or maybe any teacher want to check, or your management want to check which teaching method is good for the students improving the marks, face to face or online. So which can help us to average exam scores improve or reduce. So we want to see, so hypothesis we selected both null hypothesis in a negative sense, alternative in the positive sense, and we try to read the file in the CSV. Okay, so this function will help us, and then after try to create a list from the data frame, and then we did immediately find out the average from the both list. Okay, and then we apply the two sample t-test with these functions, t-test underscore ind, that's all. Then we check out our decision rule 0.05 confidence interval. Okay, and then we try to take a decision rule based on our p-value, we have to accept or reject. Okay, so then after we try to do a little bit of pre-processing or a data cleaning basic. Example, if you have a missing value, use isNull function, okay, to find out how many missing values. And you can also drop it if you want. So drop na will help us to drop the values, it is also possible. Okay, so but if you want to impute it, you can try to use a fill and function by knowingly, mean to say by your specific value or by your average value. And we also understood how we can do the typecasting to streamline our data. So guys, I hope you can get it. So this way you can do any type of analysis in for your own data in medical science, agriculture, or whatever. So you can do it. So please follow this structure and you can get your results. But important is in the t-test, we have some important rule and assumptions, because here I wanted to make a short, that's why I did it. But there are some important stuff, example, equal variance, normality, and some other stuff. It is also important, but later I will do especially for this. But for the examination point of view, for the understanding the t-test, we try to show the code how we can do that. So please do your good practice. Till then, please take care. And if you have any query or question, please write in the comment section. So I will see you in my next topic with the next lab with a new technique. So thank you very much. Bye bye.